I feel a little weird giving advice, but so many people have asked about it that I thought I should go ahead and make a list of like 10 things I get asked a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer it. So some people ask about material. What's a good way to get some material if I don't have a lot of material, or I don't know where to write from, or I just need like an extra 5 minutes? Here's some things right here to go to. Here's some trope jokes that you can just throw in there. They're kind of like jokes that everybody does, and it's an instant extra 5 minutes you can have on your act. Such as, you could look up some weird number that people are using to measure something by, and just go, whose job is it to measure all this? All right, so you could be like, like a guy thinks about sex this many times, like who is measuring this guy to see, or like something disgusting like a average size of a horse penis is how many this. Whose job is it to measure the average of all these horse? You get a whole 30 minutes of stand-up material right there. Here's another thing you can use. You could be making fun of like one of your friends, and they're saying something like very like rough or tough or urban or something, and you go, yeah, whatever, Kyle. You just throw in like a really like white name at the end of it, and boom, you got material. Like, yeah, you're real hard, Caleb. Okay, and then if you're white, always talk about how white you are. Okay, I'm so white, boom, material. You can also say my spirit animal, and then to name something that's not a spirit animal. It could be like a jar of something or a person. That's instant material. How you're not good at talking during sex. How your city is really lame. Like, I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and yeah, that's about right. That's about the response I should get. Or like, I'm from something Kentucky. Like, yeah, exactly. Boom, material. That's a whole hour of, that's like a Netflix special right there you got going on your hands. If you don't really have a strong punchline, you could just end it with, so that happened. Also, end everything with an inflection, because then everything sounds like a joke. You're just like, so I got a job now? So my dad's crazy? End everything with an inflection, instant material. Boom, so now you got the jokes. What about shows? When it comes to shows, it's really good to start a show. Start your own show immediately. Maybe you've done 1 or 2 open mics, but start booking shows, because that instantly shows you're a power player. Now, where do you find shows? Now, a lot of people want to go out and look for like a perfect place with a stage and stuff, but I mean, that's a lot of time to be investing and trying to find your own place. Just look for people who already have a really good show, a space you wish you were on. Then go to the person that owns that show. Find out whatever they're paying that comedian. Take less, take like half, undercut them as much as you can, and then take their show from them. And then now you have that show. If the comedian is mad and starts some drama, first of all, comedians love drama. They're gonna love reading about this in the Facebook stuff. Instantly, any media is good media, any attention is good attention. And second of all, if they were running the show better, you wouldn't have been able to steal it from them. So boom, you're taking it, you're running shows. Now, if you're wanting to get booked on people's shows and you're not getting booked, call them out on whatever social media you got. Tag them in it, let them know what's up, show them that you're not somebody to be trifled with, and it's like another power move. Now, a lot of people are asking about running the light. Should you run the light? Now, that's a yes and no question. Now, if the light goes off and you just had a laugh, yeah, it's a good time to get off. Now, if your joke didn't go over in the light, I would treat the light as a suggestion. I would say keep going until you can end on a laugh. It might take 5 minutes, it might take 10 minutes, but you know what? Your stage time is your stage time. Now, some people might say, well, won't people get mad that they have to wait an extra 5 or 10 minutes? Isn't that kind of selfish? I think it's selfish if somebody can't wait 5 or 10 minutes for you to get off on a good laugh. I think that's their problem more than your problem. Now, when you're booking shows, you want to book as many people as possible. Book your friends because you want to hang out and have a good time. It's not so much about booking good comedians. As long as comedians are there, that's going to be good. Let them go on, let them do 10, 15 minutes. They need to be getting all their time on there. The longer a show can run, the better it is, because people are going to be coming in, be coming out. And like I said, book as many comedians as you want, and the more comedians, the more audience you have. People ask about writing material. You can write material, but I would say you don't want to be one of those comedians. I mean, you didn't get into comedy to write. I mean, if you want to write, be a writer. Go, write some scripts, write a show. You got into comedy to do comedy. Okay? You want to write jokes, get on Twitter. You want to be a comedian, do comedy. Like, first of all, when you're on your way to a show, most of the stuff that you're thinking of in the car is going to kill anyway. Like, the best comedians are sitting there like writing material and stuff. They're just like coming up with it on the fly, probably usually on the stage. Should you be going out doing as many shows as possible? I mean, it's diminishing returns. If you've done comedy a few times, you kind of know how it works. I'd spend more money on your website, spend more time trying to get booked, spend more time getting good headshots, promoting yourself, networking, making t-shirts. This is where you need to be putting in the hustle. Comedy, yeah, do that, but most of the time you need to be hustling on your brand. That's the main thing. If you're a year or two in and you haven't been selling like loads of t-shirts, then I don't think you're focused. Podcast. Yes, you should be doing podcasts. What you should be doing that topic about? I think you should be doing stuff about nobody else is talking about. Some great topics that I don't think have been explored on podcasts yet are podcasts about interviewing other comedians about comedy. I think podcasts where you talk about pro wrestling, politics, video games, movies, sex, things like that. Podcasts nobody else is talking about. Comedy contests, should you do them? Yes. Does it mean anything if you don't advance? Also yes. If you don't advance in a comedy contest, you'll make it past prelims, probably you should quit comedy. It's a really good barometer of how good you're going to be in comedy. Maybe give it a second chance, but if you only make it to semifinals, yeah, definitely quit. We have a comedy contest here locally, and everybody who's won that contest, their careers have taken off. The judges know what they're talking about. A lot of judges, they own car washes or DJs or some kind of celebrity status. Maybe they're anchor women or anchor men or something like that. They know what they're talking about. Finalists, every finalist that's made it, they're making it. Like they may not be big names yet, but they're pretty close. And if you're doing a comedy contest that's judged off the audience, I would take that even more serious. Some people say like, well, aren't people bringing their friends to make them win? Yeah, if you can't convince somebody else's friends that you're funnier than the friend they came to see, then why are you even doing comedy? Credits. What do you think about lying on credits? I don't get the big deal, lying on credits. First of all, nobody listens to credits anyway. Nobody's paying attention. All right? You need something to get a little momentum going, especially in the beginning. Just say something. People will think, it's just like if you say a quote and then if you put a famous person's name behind it, then people think that's a real quote. But it's just something you thought of in the shower. So say some credits. People might take you more serious. And then by the time they realize it was a lie, you're probably really on Conan O'Brien. I know a guy who used to lie about, credits, being on Conan and stuff like that. And now he hasn't gotten on Conan yet, but in the next 10 years, I'm sure he's going to be on there. I would say when it comes to talking to the audience and doing your jokes, you want to talk at them, not to them, okay? If you want to talk to the audience, you can do that after the show. When you're on stage, you're going to talk at the audience. You're on stage, you're on an elevated platform, you're the entertainer, you're not on their level. Talk at them, yell at them. You should pretty much be doing your set the same way you would do it in front of a bathroom mirror. Memorize everything. If somebody says something, somebody does something happens that's really crazy, don't talk about it, okay? You're doing your set. Keep going through your set. Don't address anything anybody says. Keep working through. They're trying to distract you. You need to be focused. It's like a play. If you're in a play, if something falls down, are you going to talk about that? Or if somebody says something and yells, are you going to talk about that in a play? No, you got to stay in character. So when you're on stage, keep going through your act. Push through, plow through, whatever it takes. I hope this video didn't get too long. I hope I didn't come off too serious or intimidating with all the stuff that happens. I mean, you're going to learn this as you go, but these are a couple of really good points to kind of guide you in the right direction. So if you'd like me to talk more about comedy, kind of get more into some inside baseball stuff, let me know. I'd love to get into it, but this should be some good groundwork to kind of structure you, whether you're a beginner or whether you've been doing it a few years to get you where you need to be. All right, thanks guys. My name is Stephen Farmer. Check me out soon. I'm gonna be doing some shows. There's a couple of people with some good shows I'm gonna try to take from them and get going some stuff soon. So you should be hearing more about that soon. All right guys, I'll talk to you later.